Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gaming the System, the podcast where three intersectional feminists examine gaming and games through a feminist lens. I'm your host for today. I'm Jem and I'm here with my friends Alex and Matt. So before we get started, if you want to support us, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/gaming the system for some exclusive content, or you can send us a one-off donation via PayPal to our email address, wearegamingthesystem@gmail.com. So I want to at first say that I haven't seen Matt and Alex for quite a long time because we took a little bit of a summer break. So I'm really keen to hear how you are and what games you've been playing over the last few weeks or months.
Well,
anyone want to pitch in?
This week I have been attempting to get the Platinum Trophy on a nice little indie game called Thank Goodness You're Here. And it released on the 1st of August for two Yorkshiremen have made it, and they go by the name of Coal Supper developers, and they've worked in collaboration with Panic, who also made games like Untitled Goose Game and Firewatch. If you're familiar with those, they're very good games. This is it's quite a short game. It's about 3 hours in total. It's kind of like a little animation that you kind of work your way through. It's got a particular artistic style, and it's a very funny game, but it's also a very weird game. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but it's very Yorkshire, which is hilarious. And there's all sorts of strange characters, and you end up basically doing odd jobs for the townsfolk of the fictional town of Barnsworth, which I think is based on Barnsley in Yorkshire. And by the end, you end up kind of taking the Yorkshire accent with you and using it for the rest of the day, or at least I have been. Have played it twice through now, and I missed a couple of trophies, so I'll have to go back and play it a third time. One of my most favourite parts is that in the menus you can select the language to have, and you can have English or you can have dialect, which basically puts it into Yorkshire. So instead of like continue, it's like go on then. And instead of options, it's like faff, which is quite fun. And I don't know how well it will go down in like countries other than here, because it is very select, very niche set of British humour, and some of it actually borders on like moving into slightly traumatising body horror at certain stages. So definitely comes with a warning for that kind of content, and all sorts of stuff in between. But it's definitely worth checking out if you are interested, I would say. Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. What was it called again?
Thank Goodness You're Here.
Thank goodness you're here. Okay, thanks, Alex. What about you, Matt? What have you been up to?
So I've been on an absolute tear with first-person shooters because I've been inspired by a YouTuber called Angry Joe, who does tons of gaming streams and reviews of games. And he'd been playing Doom Eternal, which came out a few years ago, and just watching them play that just gave me the itch. And also one of my game ideas for one of my own games is a very gory first-person shooter. And I've had a list forever of the best examples of the genre that I've played. But because I normally play long-form games, I've not played any of them recently, because they're short and sweet games. But I was inspired by Angry Joe because what they do long streams, and there are some games that you'll just sit down and the goal is just to complete it because it's less than 10 hours. And so I practiced that with Titanfall 2 and then Bulletstorm, recording myself playing them. because it's now that I'm playing on the laptop for the most part. It's much simpler streaming gaming now. So it was a perfect opportunity to do that. And so I powered through Titanfall 2, had a great time, powered through Bulletstorm, which is an utter masterpiece, and then played Doom. And now today I've just completed Doom Eternal, and it is the best shooter game ever made. It's the first time in a very long time that they've gotten the difficulty level perfectly balanced, that it gets me up to that point of, I want to power through this to get through this bit. And then I've been angry. I never get angry at games now. Yeah. And I got angry at it for the first time. And I think there's something healthy there. There's something to be said for something that touches that part of you. And so I really appreciate that as well. So I've been on a tear with them. And another thing that I can thank Angry Joe for is I've started in earnest playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Yay!
I thought you'd both be pleased, because I bought it when it first came out, and then it wasn't quite what I expected, because I was thinking of it would be like very similar to Dragon Age, and it's similar in terms of the story kind of thing, but the gameplay is completely different, and that's something alien to me. And it's really hard to sort of get a foothold in where you go, oh, now I understand what this is like. It's a completely alien thing for me to do. And I was watching Angry Joe and his friends playing 4-player co-op, and they were having a great time. I was enjoying watching it, hoping, oh, maybe once I've got a rough sort of overview of the starting point. So once I know what's happening in the first few acts, I can go, all right, I'll go in and go, oh, I recognise that bit and that bit. But the thing that got me going, right, I need to play this, was I fell in love.
Oh my!
Instantly. I was playing something and had it out, and then I heard a woman's voice, and I went, oh, that's a cool voice. I went and looked over, and Karlach, the tiefling barbarian, it's just angels singing. So it's one awesome voice, beautiful, big, violent women. I have a penchant for violent women, and just well, okay. I need to play the game so that I can romance Karlach. And
I love Karlach.
So that got me started on that, and then I found her, and then helped her, and I cooled down her heart a bit, and then just when I've killed all the goblin camp and everyone's partying, and I go up, so hi Karlach, and she goes, oh, that was great. The only thing I'm missing is a flame retardant lover to spend the night with. And I go, and I go, oh, how about me? And she goes, oh, let's not spoil a good thing. We fight things and we kill things together. That's it.
No, rejection.
Matt. Fucking just devastating. Absolutely. I reloaded the save from before that so that didn't happen to me. It's unbelievable. And then I went around and spoke to everyone else at the campfire, and everyone else was like, should we, Astarion especially, should we go and make some fun with ourselves together? And then I ended up spending the night with Lae'zel.
Oh my god!
That was quite an experience. So it's been quite an emotional roller coaster the last month or so. And so maybe there's hope for me in Karlach yet, but we'll see.
I'm sure it will come. Wow. Well, I've been on a bit of an emotional journey since Baldur's Gate. I just got really unfocused for my gaming, and I was just sort of milling about, sort of picking things up and trying them and putting them back down again. I was just like a very, bored don't know, teenager. So I was just looking at my Steam library to sort of get a feel for what I've picked up since I played Baldur's Gate, and I played a little bit of Death's Door. I downloaded Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4, but I haven't actually played either of them. I played a little game called Unpacking, which is where you're basically unpacking this person's life into their houses as they go through life, which is quite cute. I've played Let's Build a Zoo. I played the Talos Principle a little bit. I played a little bit of Undertale. I got really frustrated within the first 5 minutes of Outer Wilds because I cannot fly the little spaceship. Because I'm really bad when I go into like multiple dimensions. Flying games are just very challenging for me. I picked up My Time in Portia, and then I put it back down again quite quickly. But I was still like, I want to play a sim game, so I picked up a game called Echoes of the Plum Grove, which is really quite cute. Little people walking around. It's sort of set in the time in America where people were there's an actual name for the time, but it's basic when people were settling in new areas and new towns. So it's sort of all farming and cutesy dresses and things. But it annoyed me a little bit because you can only move sort of left and right or back and forward. It's a bit sort of like you feel like you're in a paper doll game. And then I, of course, picked up Stardew Valley for a little bit. I thought I better go. I really need to finish Disco Elysium. So I did that for a bit. I downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 because I'd heard that it was a cozy game. I played the intro and then I was like, oh, no, I'm not feeling it. I downloaded Gloomhaven, which is a game version of a board game. Now, I've got some friends who are just really into it, but I've never played the board game, so I thought I'd do this. It was really difficult and I couldn't get my head around it. Downloaded Strange Horticulture, which I have played a bit of, which is a really funny little game where you are a plant specialist and people come in and they ask you for specific plants to do certain things, and you have to work out which of the plants that you've got are the right plants for the person based on a little bit of knowledge that you get in a book and some working out clues and puzzles. It's actually quite a fun game. And then I picked up the demo for a game called Spiritfarer, which is now at the top of my want list on my wish list on Steam, because
I've heard that's very good.
Yeah, I want it when it comes on sale, but I played the demo and it's so sweet, and yeah, it looks like it might be quite a lot of fun. And then I went to RimWorld because that is the ultimate sort of buildy sim game. And I've been playing RimWorld for the last sort of since the weekend. And then yesterday I started making a new character on Baldur's Gate 3 and I'm back home. so I'm going to do a playthrough now with the oh gosh, what's it called? So this is why you shouldn't do podcasts with perimenopausal women. The dark soul, the dark
the dark urge.
That's it. Yeah. So I've created
a completely evil playthrough.
Okay. Dark urge. Is that a thing?
Dark urge. Yeah. It's basically a origin character, but it's not one of the ones that you don't have. I don't remember having any contact with the dark urge in my first playthrough. So I've started that, and I've got yeah, I've created this really cool sort of lizard person who's like black with purple highlights. So she's very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see how my how much of my evilness comes out in the game. So yeah, so I feel like I've kind of come full circle via many games.
That's amazing.
And the one I've played the most is not on the Steam because it's on my tablet and it's Merge, Evermerge, which I am still playing obsessively. So, you know, sometimes the simplest things are the best things. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
We hope you enjoyed that episode of Gaming the System. If you want to support us, you can donate to us through our PayPal by sending it to wearegamingthesystem@gmail.com if you want to send us a one-off donation. If you want to donate to us monthly, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/gamingthesystem. Until next time, bye-bye.